Well, the media just can't help themselves. A new poll reveals who Democrats want on the presidential ticket in 2024. I can already say it's not going to be Biden. For such a guy who got such a popular vote, nobody seems to want him. Go figure. Voters are not interested in a second-term presidency for Joe Biden, according to a new poll released Wednesday. Maury Blackman, CEO of the data company Premise, announced the results of the Premise poll in an episode of his podcast, Great Minds Think Data. Poll numbers show that voters are interested in a run from current Vice President Kamala Harris. Really? Okay, she hasn't been polling well either. And former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, of course. They so much want Hillary Clinton to be president. It's not even funny that they're still trying to prop her up. California Governor Gavin Newsom, dictator, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg are tied for third place. 2021 when we had all these transportation problems and all this type of stuff, where was he? MIA? No, he wasn't even around. Apparently, his second in command was the one who was supposed to be taking care of it all because he was on maternity leave or some weird crap like that. Yeah, can you imagine that? Him president? Oh, sorry, having a baby. I'm on maternity leave. I'm not going to be there. Biden's presidency has not inspired Democrats to elect him to a second term, the numbers show. By a margin of 23 points, 61% of those polled say they would prefer a new president. 38% said they'd welcome another 4 years of Biden. Those 31% don't know what the bleep they're talking about. They're the ones that have been brainwashed by the media. Everything's great. We're not headed for a recession. Recession isn't 2 terms of down, what is it? No, downtrending and all that other type of stuff. No. Inflation's not happening. No. Jeez. Still, the poll numbers were not high for possible replacement candidates. Harris polled at 21%, with possible candidacy getting the most votes. However, Harris may not be free to run. In a Q&A with the press, Biden said in January, "She's going to be my running mate. I think she's doing a good job." Yeah. Now, how's the immigration thing at the border going? Wasn't she supposed to be the one in charge of that? We still have a freaking problem down there. Hasn't done a thing, and people think she'd be a good president. People are not open. All they see is Democrat. That's all they're seeing is Democrat. And they're not even questioning anymore. Harris is the first woman vice president. Yeah, don't care. As well as first black and Asian American vice president. Again, don't care. Which her supporters have argued means she is under unique pressure as a barrier breaker. Again, don't care. I don't care what color, race. I want someone to do a good job. But that's no longer the case. Now we have this diversity crap. Oh, we got to have somebody who's green and thinks there's a frog and should have that instead of trying to get someone who's actually pretty darn good. Continue. No, her polling, however, has not been strong. Yeah, people don't like her. Polls go up and down, but we have to remain consistent in fighting for the American people and their needs, Harris told CBS Mornings in January. And so this strategy is about staying focused. Yeah, let's start already going who we're going to nominate in 2024 instead of worrying about the country for 2 more years. Maybe if you worried about the country, you wouldn't have a problem getting elected. Here's Clinton, whose bid for president in 2016 ultimately went to Donald Trump, is polling at 19%, according to the Premise poll. Clinton told the Financial Times in June that running for president again is out of the question. I sure hope she stays that way and stays out. And goes, first of all, I expect Biden to run, she told the publication. He certainly intends to run. It would be very disruptive to challenge that. Newsom and Buttigieg are tied for third at 9%, as those Democrat voters polled said they would vote for either the tied for third, as those Democratic voters polled said they would vote for either California governor or current transportation secretary. Okay. Maybe it was just me reading it. That just weird sentence. The former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, dropped out of the 2020 presidential race in March of the year and endorsed Biden. He currently serves as the Secretary of Transportation for the Biden administration and has recently been deemed the most likely Democrat replacement for President Biden by political strategists. There's a scary thought. Think about this. Now, all these Democrats, and these are the four they come up with? No wonder why the Democratic Party is so fucked up. Newsom, on the other hand, Tyrant Newsom, has gained national renown for his progressive values and surviving a recall campaign in 2021. Yeah, but the one where all the leftists and all that were calling a black man racist, and people were defending that racism. Yeah. Though he will likely be reelected in California, California likes their tyrants. He could still be exploring a bid for presidency in 2024. The premise poll was based on 635 U.S. adults. 635. They might as well just say all Democrat voters who are 18 years and older and who completed the survey on the Premise app in mid-July. So they could be lying, I guess. In the same poll, numbers show that Biden, 79, barely trailed Trump, 76, in a hypothetical matchup, 47 to 53. That's barely trailing. If it was reversed, though, that Biden would be crushing Trump. I love how they do that type of stuff. Now, and the data company is calling for statistical dead heat when considering the margin of error. No. Can you get any more biased and all that? No, of course, I do think they're trying to hype up because I do not think Biden's going to run again. He may not even be president when it comes to 2024. Now, I think his mental decline is occurring. You're seeing it. They're ignoring it. They're trying to, no, but it's there. I see it. No, it reminds me of my dad. When he was years ago, when he was diagnosed with dementia, and Biden is following the same pattern that he did. But let me know what you think about that. No, too early for these type things. What do you think about the 4 people that they're doing? I'm not impressed. No, it doesn't want to make me vote Democrat at all right there. But let me know what you think. I'm on YouTube. Come on over to Rumble, and I'll see you next video.